start something. Do we want to do a countdown or?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the WIU podcast. Pretty sure this is episode 6.
Don't look at me. I don't know.
All right,
You're that guy.
All right, well, this is episode 6 of the WIU podcast. I am Walker Ford, a.k.a. DJ Dynamite. Progressions 6 to 8 on Fridays.
Oh, me? Okay.
Clockwise.
We're going clockwise.
Oh, it's counterclockwise.
I'm Mike Osnell, now former sports director at WIUPFM. Nick, do you want to take that?
I am Nick, a.k.a. DJ Ike. I am on Median Mix, Fridays 2 to 4.
Listen to him.
Yes, I'm Steve Farrell, a.k.a.
Like
Salty
the child.
Steve of the Seven Seas, and Blowy and the Who Fish, and I am the Thursday Media Mix host 2 to 4. Tomorrow, if you're listening to this, it comes out, which probably won't be, but whatever.
These are new microphones, the one that Nick and Mike are using, and I'm listening to it on the headphones right now. Steve, me and you sound like really bad. I was going to say like something, but I didn't want to get too vulgar, but we sound bad compared to them. They're crisp and clean and nice. So,
the beauty of new microphones.
Yeah. Your voices are going to achieve diamond status, which is what Beastie Boys License to Ill achieves.
Clutch
That
transition.
segue game.
The album has officially sold more than 10 million copies. So we got that.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah. So we've all listened to it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the Beastie Boys. I love them in high school.
I don't think I've listened end to end of the album,
Really?
but
No,
I've
I
heard
haven't.
the album. Like,
You have Spotify, listen to it.
yeah.
Is Beastie Boys on Spotify?
Yeah.
I would assume so.
I mean,
They're
sometimes
not Led
not.
Zeppelin. Well, no, even Led Zeppelin's on Spotify now.
The Beatles aren't. Taylor
No.
Swift isn't.
AC/DC might. I know AC/DC, Beatles, and Led Zeppelin were like the last 3 artists
I
to
don't think Black
cave
Sabbath
on
is.
iTunes. So I don't know if they're the same. I know Taylor Swift isn't on Spotify.
Yeah, because she doesn't want music to be free.
Yeah. Even though she would have gotten $6 million in 2015 just off of Spotify.
I'm sure you'll find a way to listen to License to Ill. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the album all the way through either.
There's
'cause-
probably more than like a handful of just YouTube videos that are just ripped through
Because
the
last
entire
time I tried to
album.
listen to a Beastie Boys album end to end, it was the Hot Sauce Committee Part 2, and I was just like, eh.
Eh.
I
'Cause that
love
one
Hot
is
Sauce
just,
Committee.
It was
I thought it was great. The beats are amazing.
It was
Beastie Boys, their
Were
beats
they-
are like second
Were
to
they
none.
sick?
They were sick.
Sick beats.
Were your beats sick?
They were sick beats.
Uh-huh.
She tried to copyright that phrase.
Who
but
did?
Taylor Swift.
Because it
Why?
mentioned
Wait.
in one song.
Yeah.
That's just like Candy Crush trying to copyright candy when used in any digital form.
And Bethesda has Scrolls in Fallout copyrighted, and they tried for Elder Scrolls. So they
Yeah.
tried to sue the Scrolls game made by like
Yeah.
the Minecraft
Mahjong,
people,
yeah.
and eventually they're just like, no.
Krispy
And they're just
Kreme
rolling with
tried
it.
to shut down the Krispy Kreme ice cream shop right outside of Indiana, but the judge was like, Krispy Kreme, the donut company, you guys are bankrupt. Why are you spending money on this lawsuit? So they just had a settlement so that Krispy Kreme that sells ice cream is never allowed to sell a donut in there.
But don't technically they
Yeah.
have to take action against people who use those names? Because if they don't,
Well,
they lose that.
didn't we just
Copyright?
learn about this in class today?
I wasn't
Or-
there.
I haven't studied.
Neither.
Pop
Wow.
quiz.
I'm not even a
Yeah.
comm major.
I'm not
so-
in whatever this class
No,
is.
it's in Balsano. I have like friends that live there, and they're saying it's ridiculous. Like it's not even the thing is not even that popular up
Yeah.
there. And they're making a big deal out of it. Krispy Kreme has been not big.
And they declared bankruptcy like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then
'Cause
they
who-
tried
who-
to sue them like a couple months after they declared bankruptcy.
Like think about it. Who buys donuts in mass like they used to? Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts is no longer like
Who guys? I mean, I feel like Krispy Kreme is just the gas station donut.
Yeah.
You
It was
know,
in
you see them in
Sheetz.
gas stations and
Sheetz
CVS.
used to sell them.
Have
Yeah,
you
but
been to
now,
a
like-
official Krispy Kreme store though? Because I went when I was a kid, got donuts there.
Yep.
They were god.
I mean, I don't think
They
I
were-
have.
they were really- they were
Yeah,
too
I've
sweet.
never been.
oh, I love them.
Because we always have.
I
You
thought
guys
they were
don't have
perfect.
Giant, it's Martin's, but
Well, Giant's
Giant
out in
Donuts.
Eastern PA.
Yeah,
and
I have
then,
Giant.
Shoppers and Safeway have Colossal donuts, which are like giant donuts for like 70 cents. So I always just got those.
Damn.
This is pretty impressive. We
Are going-
established our topic, and then we almost instantaneously.
Just sidetrack from it.
Can we reel it back in?
Yeah, we can
What-
reel it
What
back
are
in.
some of our? Do we have any favorite tracks off of License
No
to
Sleep
Ill?
Till Brooklyn is
Yeah.
my favorite. I like Fight for Your Right, but No Sleep Till
Here's a
Brooklyn
fun fact. They wrote that song as a joke. They were like, they sat together and they thought, what is the most obnoxious song we could come up with? And it was Fight for Your Right. And
so Insane in the Membrane wasn't the most obnoxious song they could come up with.
That was after. That's
yeah.
a couple years later. But,
it wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't Girls or Brass Monkey.
Girls isn't
Girls
obnoxious.
I think that whole album is.
Girls is a literary
obnoxious.
masterpiece.
The whole like License to Ill album like teeters between like, oh, this is really good, and like, wow, this is really goofy. So you have
good
like
and goofy can mean the same thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
and goofy.
I'm glad
they might be giants.
I'm glad the Beastie Boys.
Exactly, Walker.
I'm glad the Beastie Boys went where they did because on their next album, Paul's Boutique, they were more serious and the production increased tenfold, and they really became their own artists, and they went on to make an array of very great albums.
But do they
some
have
very
diamond
diverse,
status?
some very amazing. But yeah, License to Ill, Diamond, for good reason. That album's awesome.
And then that revisited Fight for Your Right with Elijah Wood, Seth Rogen, and Danny McBride was
Not just
awesome.
them though. Will Ferrell's in it.
Oh no, everybody
Everyone's in
under
that.
the sun is in that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they played the cops. The actual Beastie Boys played the cops in that.
Adam Yauch, he had cancer, and he still played a cop. It was awesome.
When he died, I remember whoever did, I don't even know his name, the Coldplay dude.
Oh yeah, he did the cover Fight for Your
Yeah,
Right.
I don't like
concert.
Coldplay, but that was actually really good. Did you listen to it?
No, I was gonna say let's get off the topic of Coldplay because that's one of the
is that a
band
point for you?
rants that I
kind of want
Really?
a band
Not a
rant
fan.
from
I
you.
kind of want to hear it.
Yeah.
No, you don't. We're
No,
gonna
no.
maybe another day.
Come on, band rant.
No,
dude.
because it's not an entirely informed band rant, so I don't want to make an ass out of
I
myself.
mean, we're the least informed people.
Yeah,
just-
it's not like we're formal people here. Just go ahead.
Yeah,
Let
no,
it
I'm
out.
good. We'll
Let it
just,
out.
Oh, man.
we've already
If you-
segued
You
too
can't
much.
tease us like that.
All I'm gonna say is that all of their songs sound the same, and the dude is a selfish asshole, and I'll just leave it at that.
But he did a
why
good
is he
cover of
selfish
Fight for Your
asshole?
Right.
I'm not gonna get.
We're not
into
going to get
it.
into
I'm
it,
just-
but oddly enough,
those
when
are the
I
two things I'm gonna say.
when I went to my junior prom, I didn't go to my senior prom. The guys who were going, because there weren't a lot, because my school is small. We had like entrance themes to choose from when we walked into the thing. And I chose not Fight for It, No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
That's awesome.
The riff to No Sleep.
No sleep till
Yep.
burn it. Another fun fact off License to Ill: the guitar solo in Fight for Your the guitar solo in No Sleep Till Brooklyn is the guy from Slayer.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What was that guy's name?
Carrie something.
Carrie Washington?
I don't know.
Carrie?
Wait, no, that's
Cary Grant?
That's the actress.
It's Carrie something. Carrie something or something Carrie.
John
I don't
Carey.
know. Guy from Slayer plays
Drew
the guitar
Carey.
solo in No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Carrie.
Carrie from Slayer. That's his name.
Carrie from Slayer.
Slayer
His
Carrie.
last name is from Slayer.
Yeah, it's
It's
Danish.
German.
No, his middle name
Or
is from.
Danish.
Go-
It's one of the
it's half
two.
Danish,
We're
half
going
German.
off on another.
It's European.
We're taking another detour. No, I think Diamond Status. I think you had to have known it was going to, since the Beastie
Yeah.
Boys are still. Are they still relevant?
Relevant.
Not as much,
I mean,
They're
they
relevant,
broke
but
up because he died, but
yeah, one of them.
There's-
You still know who the Beastie
yeah,
Boys
they're one of
are.
the great American bands. I think, like of the past 20th century.
I don't
Are
know
they-
about great American bands. I'd say they were an influential band.
Yeah.
Are
I
they
would say they're
considered a band though, or is it
Yeah,
like
they were originally
group?
a punk band.
Were they?
Yeah, they're a
Okay.
punk band, and they kind of went back to being a punk band for one of their albums, Ill Communication with Sabotage. They're more like punk than they are hip hop on that album.
All right.
But yeah, no,
I
they're
couldn't
originally a
remember.
punk band.
When did MCA die?
2012,
That was like
2012.
a couple years ago. How long was that then? So,
almost
3
3
years.
wow. That doesn't.
It seems like it's been a long time, but it
I
hasn't.
still remember the 2012 Pudding commercials, where it was like the end of the world. So Pudding, like the company, they made commercials about.
You mean Jell-O?
No, well, yeah, Jell-O, who makes pudding, whatever. We're offering up pallets of pudding to the Mayan temple, saying, "Please don't end the world." And it was just a series of commercials making fun of 2012.
That was also the same year as
It
that
was
that
awesome.
Twinkies were stopped being made.
Yeah, so everyone thought it was the end of the world but Twinkies are back. So
Yeah,
it's
Twinkies are
okay.
back. Was it that Twinkies like Hostess went
I've never
down,
had
right?
a Twinkie before.
Neither have I.
I don't know.
Because I remember like you can't just cancel like a Twinkie and then leave everything else Hostess up, right?
There's nothing else Hostess up. They took
Hostess
everything.
Yeah, so it was all Hostess, but Hostess is kind of back now.
It is.
It was somebody just bought Twinkies, I think.
Oh, was that what it was?
Yeah. Some company bought Twinkies, but not the rest of Hostess.
All I know is I had some Twinkies a couple months ago, so they still exist, and I'm happy that they are back. Aren't you supposed to like
safe,
freeze Twinkies? Don't
Tallahassee.
you like freeze Twinkies? Like you freeze Pop-Tarts and they taste really
I don't know. I've
good.
never heard of that.
You ever freeze
They
Pop-Tarts?
have done Twinkie dogs, like sticking actual.
I know deep fried
Hot
Twinkies is a
dogs.
big thing in
I've
the
had
South.
those.
Yeah.
And
Those
are
are-
strange.
Then you've had
Those
Twinkies
are-
then.
Okay. Well,
I haven't
I've never had a
Twinkie
regular
at all.
Twinkie.
Oh my
You never
God,
had a Twinkie?
Twinkies are pretty good.
No, I actively avoid that kind of food.
Oh, we were going to go and get you a Twinkie. You have to
Yeah.
have at least one Twinkie. They come in like packages of 2. I'll take the other one.
All right.
Yes, we're
But-
going to go get some Twinkies later.
They actually like Twinkie dogs. You stuff like a hot dog.
Into a
That
Twinkie?
kind of sounds
Yeah.
disgusting.
Or they do pickles too, like pickle in
That
the
sounds
Twinkie.
equally disgusting.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I don't know.
A
what
radio
it is
show
with
did it.
Pennsylvania and pickles.
I don't like
Pennsylvania
pickles.
Dutch,
Deep
probably.
fried pickles.
It's probably that.
Deep fried. I don't like any pickles. I don't
I
like
like
pickles, but I
Oreos,
like other
but
things
the
pickled.
obsession I see with pickles and people around here is
What do you
So
mean?
weird.
Like I don't.
it's
not around here,
almost
though. That's just
close
everywhere.
To Alabama level of pickle loving.
People in
I thought
Alabama
it was
love
just, like,
pickles.
They do.
I did not know this.
They will
And
just
you know from experience.
casual. I mean, I have family from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
So
Do you like pickles?
they'll just casually eat like a jar of pickles in 2 days.
Pickles are good though.
I don't know
You're
if I
not
can
a
eat that
fan?
many pickles.
I don't like
Oh,
pickles.
I
I
like
like
pickles.
pickles.
But I can eat like a spear at a time, not like
Yeah.
a
Oh,
jar
I don't
of
like the big
pickles
long
over a day.
spears.
Oh, I do.
I like the little the gherkins from.
So Beastie
With a
Boys
sandwich?
going
Yeah.
platinum.
Yeah.
They're going
Yeah.
Hey,
diamond.
I have a question.
I never had a cucumber. I don't like cucumbers.
What other albums are diamond certified? Because
Oh.
I kind
can-
of just learned that this was a thing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let me find
Diamond
out.
Stop
certification.
platinum.
I
Michael
would
Jackson
say
has
Michael
to be
Jackson
up
has
there.
to be.
Beatles
Elvis.
have to be up
No,
there.
Elvis didn't have record.
I'm on caps lock.
I don't even. No, I don't. Maybe not even the Beatles.
I feel like they have.
They have to be, right?
They had a #1 song up for like a year and a half.
Well, I can't remember what it was, but I saw like some like crazy fact that like a little while ago, where the same song has been within like the top
It was Hey
200.
Jude was
Thriller.
Hey
Uh,
Jude was in the top 100
Led Zeppelin
for like
has one.
3 years.
Which one?
Led Zeppelin 4.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
4. That's
Dark Side of the Moon.
Obviously.
Fleetwood Mac. Rumors.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Dark Side of the Moon has been in like the top 100, 200
Oh, yeah, for,
like
like, years.
albums for like years
but
and
it's not
years.
diamond. I don't know. It's really, really high platinum. Like 29 times platinum for Thriller.
Artists with the most certifications of gold, platinum, and multi-platinum albums. The Beach Boys, the Beatles, AC/DC, Aerosmith.
Michael Jackson.
Pretty much any name you can think of. Neil Diamond, John Denver, The Doors, Chicago, Eric Clapton.
Chicago.
Yeah,
man.
Chicago.
An Eagles record.
25 or
Record
64
went
was a...
29 times.
Ooh,
that
Nick,
was
you're
a
going to like this one.
fantastic song.
Dave Matthews Band has 17 gold and... Wait, where I lost
Hootie
it.
and the Blowfish has a.
What about
Platinum.
Blowing the Hoofish? That's all I care about.
Yeah,
There's-
Blowy and the Hoot.
How are their standings?
They have like 2.
They're on their way to a gold.
They're on.
They'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
They're
Backstreet
plastic in
Boys.
Canada.
Garth Brooks.
Hey.
Eh.
Oh, yeah.
The Beatles had
Oh, jeez.
an album
back,
go
Chuck.
platinum in 2000. The one.
It's a compilation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I have the whole list of Diamond right here.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Yeah. Oh, you're reading the same one?
List.
Wow,
This
Beastie
show
Boys. That's
brought
the end of
to
the
you
list.
By Wikipedia.
Hey.
Just Google it.
Wikipedia. If you don't like the facts, change them.
Oh, that's
Do it-
better.
Diamond has only
Nah,
been
I'm
around
not gonna
for
go
like
into
since
that.
'99.
What?
I'm not surprised.
The
by
diamond
that.
classification is.
I
only
think
been
it's
around
as
for
soon as
99.
the internet became popularized, they needed to have a higher level since the media was so much easier to spread around.
Yeah, 10 million units is diamond. Units sold as diamond album status.
10
I saw a thing the other day on the topic of
Charlene
Wikipedia
is
very
1/10
briefly.
of the way there.
that apparently in the
For
past
those
have been
Archer
like
fans.
Wikipedia editing wars, and there's actually like articles on Wikipedia chronicling the editing wars on Wikipedia where two people just like edit back and forth one article.
Do you
I'm
want
sorry.
to?
Tupac has one.
Tupac?
All I know is I don't want to pay that $3, so
Nirvana
Wikipedia
has
needs to stop asking me.
Well, you should, because how many times do you use Wikipedia?
Actually, not that often.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you did.
Only if I really, really need to know the answer to something. that's a good.
Honestly, I
wanna look
play
up
the
something.
Hitler game when I'm bored in class. That's about it.
What is the Hitler game?
You've never heard of the Hitler game?
I know.
I think
This is a high school staple.
You need not
okay,
in
what
my
you
high
do
school.
is you go to Wikipedia and you click random article, and it'll just give you a random article, and you have to try and click, like the related links or whatever, like the blue text in the text.
You
box.
click those enough.
You have
to
to
get
click
Hitler.
those and try to get to Hitler's page and as few clicks as
So
possible.
it's like the Kevin Bacon game, but for
Kind of,
Hitler.
yeah.
Okay.
We played a
Kevin
similar game like
Bacon.
that, except we picked the two things that we had to link.
Oh, okay. It was just
Oh.
get
But
to
yeah,
Hitler.
Hitler was. Yeah,
Which
we had to play that
sometimes
game.
you'll get like Germany or German things. One time I
Easy.
got like Shania Twain.
Oh.
So I had to go like Shania Twain to like
But it
Canada,
was Hitler. She was the
and
related
then
one.
Canada to their involvement in World War II and then World War II to Hitler.
What do you think the longest connection between two things is?
The longest one I've done, because we used to keep track of this, was 9.
What'd you start
pretty
with?
much as soon as you get to like country history, you're good to go on World War II and then Hitler.
I feel like that would make it like pretty easy though, because all you have to do is just click on a person's birth country and be like, oh well.
But what if you get?
Well, no, that's not in the text.
Oh, so it has to be in the text.
It has
You can't
to be
just go
in the
through it.
text.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So what if you get like a scientific thing, like formulas or?
Well, then it's going to
periodic
be a
table
while.
elements, yeah.
It's-
Yeah, because I could think of
no.
off the
Well,
top
no,
of my head.
because the people who founded it
German
were going to be in the
scientists.
top 6, like, main countries in World War II.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could think of like a
The
couple
Hitler game. I've
Wikipedia
never
articles
heard
on the
that
top of
until
my
now.
I
head.
used to play it all the time. I mean, you can switch Hitler out for whatever you want.
This
but-
podcast is brought to you by
Adolf
the Hitler
Hitler.
game.
Which is brought to you by Wikipedia.
Which is brought to you by the paying people that keep it alive.
Yeah, paying
It's brought
$3.
to you by those MVPs who pay $3 when that ad comes up.
The good people, the people who are supporting what they use.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Yeah, let's-
transition to our next thing?
Not that.
We went off on something.
Steve, do you want
build a
to? I think it's your time to go off on a tangent. Do you want to?
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, people. This Monday, Kendrick Lamar released his album "To Pimp a Butterfly" a week before he had intended, and where do I begin?
It sucked.
I heard no.
Wow.
It was,
No,
It's
you-
apparently broken a ton of records already, and it's been out like 2 days.
I'm looking at like
Yeah.
a thread about it right now. This person just says if you look at the top charts for the U.S., it's just Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I'll say this: I know none of you seem to be that big of hip hop
None of that
fans.
hip hop and rap
The
bullshit.
only hip hop I listen to is if I'm if I'm going to like a party or get together. Or something
Regardless
like
of musical preference, listen to this album.
I've heard it's a very emotional
It is.
album, so I might.
Did you
It's-
cry when you
Here we
listened to
go.
it, Steve?
There are some moments that are
Well, apparently,
What
like
the
he
fuck?
was suicidal at some point.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of the like music and lyrics from this album
Yeah.
came from. Was when he wanted to kill himself.
yeah. Well,
Wow.
So
yeah.
that's a thing.
It takes influence from freeform jazz to funk to soul. One of the Isley Brothers
Uptown
features on it, and one of the track you're talking about where he's suicidal.
Yeah.
The way he does that is, the song's called "You," and the chorus is "Loving you is complicated, loving you is complicated," and it's all this very hateful stuff. And you realize that he is rapping to himself, and halfway through you realize that the setting of where this is taking place is in a hotel room, and he's rapping to a mirror, and he's drunk. So it's this
Okay.
very, very like sad, tragic
Gotcha. Yeah.
realization where it's like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the last line in the song is something about how money can't stop suicidal thoughts, and it just ends. And what really blew my mind with this album is there's a recurring theme in all the songs, and each song ends with a line from this poem that Kendrick is telling. But with each song, as the album progresses, he adds a new line,
Okay.
and it talks about how he talks about temptations and depression. Album progresses, this poem progresses, and it gets to the last song, and he says the whole poem that he's
Okay.
been saying throughout the entire thing, and then he's like, "So what did you think?" And the voice that responds is Tupac Shakur's, and basically what Kendrick did was he took snippets of Tupac interviews, and he made a new Tupac interview. He reverse engineered an interview with Tupac Shakur with him asking the questions.
Huh.
And so he's talking to Tupac about
That's interesting.
social climates.
Okay.
And I think he's making the point where it's like stuff hasn't really changed a lot.
Yeah.
Tupac's talking about sort of racial tension and all of that, and in that regard, he's making the point of stuff hasn't really changed, but he's also, telling us one of his biggest influences, and then it ends with the questions. It ends with him telling him this other poem, which talks about the significance of the title "To Pimp a Butterfly," and I don't really remember most of it, but.
So I guess it wasn't that important.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not that. It's like it's so intricate, I can't remember.
It's deep, man.
But yeah, listen to the whole album. But some key tracks are "You," "How Much a Dollar Cost." That song's amazing, and that song features Ronald Isley.
How much does a
the
dollar
Isley
cost?
Brothers.
Did you
Listen to
find
the
out
song,
at the end of the
price
song?
to get to heaven. That's the last line of the. Listen to that song. How much a dollar cost? Back of the Berry. Mortal. The whole album. Listen to the whole album. I'm convinced that this is going to be top 5 albums of the decade.
Of the
2010,
decade?
yes.
Wow.
It is amazing.
Well, of the 2010s, though?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I think
So it's got to be you two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
And I'm listening to this, and
I think you'd be a big Kendrick Lamar or hip hop guy.
looks can
this-
be deceiving, Mike.
He's
Look
a
at his
Philly
angsty
guy.
shirt.
I feel like it's a much more
I guess
of the
yeah.
culture than it
Yeah.
is in Pittsburgh and this side of the state.
So yeah, and like as I'm listening to this album, having my brain melted by how crazy it is, I keep thinking to myself, I can't believe he topped Good Kid, Mad City. Can't believe he topped that. That album was amazing, but I can't tell if it's like actually better or if I'm just sucked in the hype machine. But I don't know. They're two very different albums.
I'll have to give some of it a listen because I don't listen to any of that
I
stuff.
will.
Well, I mean, it
listen-
came out yesterday, right?
Monday.
So Monday.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh,
listen to
Monday
Good Kid, Mad
release,
City.
Getting fancy.
Then listen to Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm going to listen
You're
to
asking a
Lord.
lot of me. I'll listen to one album.
To
Don't
Pimp a
make-
Butterfly.
Okay.
Oh, and do you know Parliament Funkadelic? We want the funk, but
Yeah.
George Clinton does sort of the intro. Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome.
All right.
He has the line "Look both ways before you cross my mind," and I was like, "Dude, fuck yeah, George Clinton." Oh god, this is a good year for music. I'm just gonna because like the Father John Misty album was amazing, and now To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm sorry. I'm
The
freaking
Father
out
John
here.
Misty
going-
one
yeah, you're going on
wasn't bad.
I really.
I
liked it.
listened to like most of it, but I was just kind
I
of
love Father John Misty.
nothing grabbed my attention.
Yeah, there's good music, but nothing noteworthy of a great album.
Yeah.
Maybe this
Apparently, well, until now.
Dude.
Apparently.
Oh my god.
Well.
Like when I heard, I
I think you need to lie down now and just.
he interviewed Tupac Shakur. I don't know. How
Well, he
did
didn't.
He didn't.
That. No,
He
but
just-
like just the way it happens.
Did it sound
Listen to
like
the album.
totes legit?
I didn't know who it was at first. I thought it was a real interaction between two people. Just the way it is
And
produced.
then you went to Wikipedia.
Well, no, because he calls him Pac, and it's like, oh,
Oh,
it is Tupac Shakur.
could have been Pac-Man.
Yeah. So, just Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen
Okay.
to it.
I'll have to
That's all. I'm
listen to it.
done. What do you guys have any opinions on this at all?
I haven't listened to it.
Yeah,
I
haven't listened to it,
recognize
I'm
that
not gonna-
Kendrick Lamar is a highly rated and raved about artist. Just not my type of music, and I haven't listened to any of it.
I'm just kind
Not
of
my type of
excited for
music either.
Sharknado 3 that I found out about
Oh my
today.
God.
So
It's the to pimp a Butterfly of movies.
it is.
I've opened my mind to some of that stuff because I swore I would never listen to hip hop because it's just not my thing. But I think
I mean, I don't swear to not listen to genres. It's just because I don't actively listen to rap and hip hop does not mean I don't enjoy it. It's just there are other things that I would rather listen to. But there are a couple artists here and there that really just kind of make me just delve into it a little more. Like Kid
Coldplay.
Cudi. I listen to a lot of Kid Cudi for some reason.
Cold Cudi.
Childish Gambino, Watsky.
Gambino.
That's about the extent of the rap I
you
listen
just
to.
turned me on to Watsky. He's really good.
I don't know. I don't think I like him. Because like when you first showed him to me, I wasn't cool about it. And then after a while,
but that Kill a Hipster song / music
no, because
video
after a while,
awesome.
I'm like, I think he's okay. But then it's like as it goes on, just like I get what he does, but I don't like. I don't know. It's just like there's something about it just
that was
won't work.
really good.
The Kill a Hipster one, that was a zombie one, right?
Yeah,
that was a good music video.
It was a good song too.
It wasn't a bad song.
But since I've come to college, I think your mind opens up more and
you listen to more Dave Matthews.
More people that you know.
No Dave Matthews.
What happened to that? So when did that stop being a thing?
What?
Because
when
up until
what stop being a
up
thing?
until like coming here, there was like this like image or like this idea that Dave Matthews Band was like the college band or something. Like
I never thought that.
I thought that.
So you thought it too then, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I get here,
it's the Clarks.
everyone hates Dave Matthews Band.
I was gonna say when I came here and I thought college band, I was thinking Good Charlotte just because of the anthem, which was in every single 90s and 2000s college movie.
Yeah, when I think college band, I think REM and the Replacements.
Oh.
You know those.
Maybe like Sublime.
I think
or 311.
Bob Marley.
Blink-182, yeah.
I miss you.
Where are you?
That is the worst song of all time.
All the small things.
People
I'm
misinterpret me
sorry.
because I like Blink-182, but they're the least talented band I've ever heard. Like
But
they have
the
no
Dog
talent,
song.
but they still make good. Like I like listening to
So,
them.
like
They're
Limp
just
Bizkit?
not talented.
Except for Travis Barker, who's the greatest drummer of our time.
No,
Yeah.
he's just
I'm trying to
saying
force
that
a
just to
music
egg me
rant.
on.
I'm trying to
I'm not gonna. No.
Just his fills, though, right?
not-
Aren't his fills great?
They're not even fills.
What do you
Are
mean,
you trying
Nick?
to
I'm not.
instigating him?
No, you're not gonna poke the bear on this one. We'll save it for another one.
Just
All right,
wait
save
and
it-
keep a beat.
What about
If
Limp
you want a
Bizkit,
music
Steve?
rant,
I love
we'll
it.
wait
Do you
for
wanna-
another podcast.
Let's just produce like an entirely other podcast
Yeah.
where there's
In
different
a couple
episodes.
weeks, we will just have a music rant podcast where everyone's going to go on a rant.
This
You
should be
wanna
a
do
segment,
that?
though. I want a Nick rant every episode.
Every
really
episode,
grinds
that's
his
a lot of
gears.
rant.
I don't know
hate
about every
that many
episode.
bands to.
We can just put up a separate thing. So we'll have like 10-minute things where we'll give Nick 10 minutes and he has to fill up that entire
Yes.
10 minutes with a rant about one band.
Oh
It's a challenge.
man,
It'll be a challenge.
So first one up, Dave Matthews Band.
that's gonna be a lot. We need like a cuss count, like at the bottom for swear
Yeah.
words.
I'll get on this. I'll help you out.
Oh
You want to
man,
do it?
uh,
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah,
It's
this
been
is
decided.
now. This is gonna
It's
happen.
on recording, so we have to do it at this
Yeah.
point. So
I mean, we can just
Or just
destroy
audio.
the evidence. You know,
yeah, but I mean, that's a lot of work. So I guess we're just gonna
27
do it.
minutes off the tape. We'll
Yeah.
just do that.
Is it really only 27?
Well, that was Nixon, right?
34.
Wasn't it 27 minutes off that one tape? Or 18
Oh.
minutes or
Yeah, it's
something?
18.
18.
18 sounds.
Oh, the Watergate.
Oh, did you go on a rant before on the?
I don't think I've gone on a rant.
No, you haven't gone
before.
on a rant.
Not on the podcast.
Not an
a
official
microphone.
rant.
Yeah.
He's gone on rants in the past. I've
So
been
have you,
there for-
Walker. You've gone on rants too.
Me rants? What? I never complain about
He
anything.
raves. He doesn't rant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
all
just-
cheers, no jeers for Walker.
Wow. I never
Yeah.
heard that phrase before.
Cheers and jeers?
Yeah.
TV guide? Never mind. All right.
So my mom went to see Billy Joel.
Was it good?
She said it was the best concert she ever been to. She's been to. Where did she go? She went to Hendrix when he was alive
Whoa!
in
Sorry.
Charleston, West Virginia. It was like 2 months before he died.
Huh.
She went to Janis Joplin
Ooh.
before she died.
I can't
What?
picture
What?
anyone related to you going to these bands.
Billy Joel is the
Really?
best she's ever seen, and she's seen Hendrix and Janis Joplin.
Well, my mom was younger back then. She
I
did
mean-
a lot of shit.
She doesn't remember those.
Yeah.
Oh. She thinks they're
Oh no, she didn't see Joplin. That was my aunt that saw Joplin. She saw Hendrix.
Hmm?
What else did she see?
Nick, do you want to go investigate that real quick?
Sure.
What's that? Oh, but we're- awkward silence
After
here.
being
Awkward
so
silences.
rudely interrupted.
But no, it was. She said I guess because she has not been to a concert in a very long time,
Okay.
and
I
Billy
guess.
Joel. She always wanted to go see Billy Joel. She was kind of forced to go to see Jimi Hendrix back when she didn't really know who
You're
Hendrix
going to see
was
Jimi
back
Hendrix,
then.
and you're going to like it, young lady.
No, it was by my future father.
Oh. Oh,
And-
that's awesome.
And
Your dad took your mom on a date to see Jimi Hendrix?
yep.
That's so badass.
And she was like 17 at the time.
Your
and
parents
my
are
dad was
old.
19. Yeah, my mom's like
Wow.
almost 60.
Just say it.
I mean, that's not an insult. I'm just saying, like, I'm
Some
doing
people
Yeah,
the
my
don't
mom
like being
graduated
told
high
old.
school And when she graduated high school, my dad took her to see Jimi Hendrix as a graduation present. She had no idea who Jimi Hendrix was. She went to down to Charleston, West Virginia, and then she got into Queen because of my dad, and that's how I got into Queen because of my mom. So, but she said Billy Joel was the best she's seen because he.
What about it did she like?
It's probably just a good
seats,
show.
First of all, she had good seats.
He's a great showman.
He's
Billy
a great
Joel.
showman. He was on point with his songs. Like he wasn't really out of
tune. Like
out of tune.
He maintained.
I think that's something to say for people like that. And
like Styx,
I'm going to use
Styx live is awesome because they sound just like their album.
That's songs. Really good. That's really good.
I'm going to use Elton John as an example too because I saw Elton John a couple years ago when he came to Pittsburgh.
Awesome.
And it was like a 3-hour show. I could be exaggerating. I can't remember. I rember it going on for ages and ages.
Did he sing Goodbye Norma Jean?
He sang everything. He sang every good song by Elton John. He sang. Do you want to open that door for him?
As I'm reaching back here to try to let Nick in. Nick?
So what was the what's the bird?
There wasn't anything.
Oh, so you just wanted to come say hi?
There were technical difficulties in the radio station. I guess the keypad box was talking back to them, so they were kind of worried about that.
Was it asking them how their day was?
No, it was telling them that it had no power.
Feed me ground.
Green
or
has
something
green
like
is
that.
green
Really?
color.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I hit everything. All the channels look good.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So we're all good.
You missed my Jimi Hendrix story.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
His mom.
Mike's dad took his mom out on a date to see Jimi Hendrix. Yeah.
What a date.
That's awesome.
How do you ever top that?
Yeah,
Loads
honestly.
of cocaine because it was
Wow.
a Jimi Hendrix concert.
I wouldn't
I don't
think
think so.
cocaine for Hendrix. I think
He did cocaine all the time.
I mean,
Yeah, but you don't-
He was more
He
known
literally
for
made
alcohol.
cuts in his forehead and then put cocaine in a headband and wore it.
Okay.
So that way it wouldn't wear off throughout the concert.
I don't think that necessarily means that their fans are mandated to do cocaine.
He's
Yeah.
part of the 27 Club.
What's that?
Oh, what are the people?
All the people
that's
that died
the-
at
died
the
at 27, yeah.
27.
It's what,
Kurt
Hendrix,
Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, Josh
Joplin,
Joplin, Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison,
Um,
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse, yeah, I was going to say that.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
another one.
Graham Parsons.
It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
Is he a classic guy?
I think it is. Yeah.
Probably.
Was it the AC/DC? Was it Bono? Or not
Bono's
Bono's still alive.
alive and kicking.
Damn.
Bono was
He killed someone when he was
Bon
27
Scott.
years old.
Is it Bon
Close
Scott?
enough.
maybe. That's
I
the
think it's Bon
AC/DC
Scott.
More than
singer,
one
right?
edge.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
it was.
U2,
I
so
don't think
that
it
would-
was. So do you want Bono to die then?
I didn't say that in that. I never said
Didn't
that.
he almost die this year or something? He had to cancel his tour.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
he
fell off
got
his
in a
bike
car
and
crash or something,
No,
didn't
he
he?
fell off of his bike.
Oh.
And
He
had to
might
get,
never
like,
play guitar
screws.
again.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That wasn't that long ago. It was a motorcycle crash or something like that.
No, it was just
No,
a bicycle. He fell off of his bicycle and had to get like 3 plates in his back.
How do you fall off a bicycle that hard?
It's not
That's how
hard.
Nico died from Velvet Underground. Nico.
He fell off his bike.
Well, she fell off her bike and had internal brain damage.
How old
and
was she?
died. She was fairly young, I think.
Was she part of the 27 Club then?
There
No.
was a singer, a Canadian singer, that got eaten by coyotes.
Who's this?
I don't know. You have to look her up. Just
Okay.
What?
type in musician eaten by
All right,
coyotes.
I'm gonna. What was she
She was
Canadian?
Wow, I really missed a lot in that minute I
Yeah.
was gone.
We moved on to
You've missed so much.
musician eaten
By coyotes.
by coyotes. It's
It
good.
wasn't
How do you spell coyote? Is it
COYO.
COYOTE.
okay? That's what I thought, but it just sounded weird.
She was hiking or walking
Coyote.
somewhere, and she got confronted.
Taylor
by,
Mitchell,
Yeah, that's her.
Canadian folk singer, killed by coyotes. What'd she do? She was on tour in Eastern Canada. Oh, she was walking in the Cape Breton Highlands National Park, and the coyotes, they killed her.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all it
okay,
says.
I was going to say.
I thought there was going to be like
That
something
would have
like...
been an exciting story if she was like walking along the streets of Manhattan and then coyotes came out. But if she was in a national park with like wilderness all around her and coyotes came out, like that's still tragic, but it's not as like surprising as I thought it was going to be.
Coyotes in New York.
But still, getting eaten by coyotes is kind of a rare thing for humans to die.
There's nothing
Like
really
that's
interesting
like
about
Killed
it.
by
show.
donkeys than sharks every year.
Really. More people are killed by snails than sharks every year. Or wait, no.
I
No,
think
sorry.
his is actually true.
I got that.
Yeah.
No, I got that wrong. More people are killed by snails than plane crashes every year. That's what it was.
How do you get killed by a snail? You choke on it?
I put a lot of thought into this a while ago, and I determined that it was probably likely because they go over things and they have like bacteria. So when they go over like people and get it like under fingernails or in like different orifices, like cuts and stuff, infection, people
Parasites.
die. Yeah.
Did you know you're more likely to get struck
Bacteria.
by lightning twice than win the lottery?
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
You
I
told
knew
us
that.
that.
You're more likely to get struck by lightning and attacked by a shark than win the lottery. I think that's what it was.
Oh, I don't know.
Do we have
It was a
another- we have another
combination of-
topic,
Yeah.
or-
Is there another thing?
I'm gonna finish off the Kendrick Lamar thing because we got way
Sure.
off of that.
Not really.
Really?
Bringing it back in.
And also that it's also a very popular song and is at the top, like whatever the top thing
Billboard
is. It so far as at the time that this article was written, which was yesterday, I guess, it had been streamed 9.6 million times.
Wow.
Yeah, on Spotify, I guess. So not
That's why
only
I
is it
listened
a
to
best selling, but it's a best streaming album.
Yeah.
So go Spotify,
Yeah.
I guess. Do we want to do a Kanye corner?
I think we can say that for next week.
All right. Well,
Because he always does something week by week.
Kanye corner.
we haven't talked about Kanye in 2 weeks though.
We haven't had a
Let's
show
just
in
do it.
2
Who
weeks.
cares?
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to just do it?
Yeah. This
British
is
This
British
show brought to you by Nike. Just do it.
a Nike. Just do it.
British fans have a petition to keep Kanye West from headlining Glastonbury
Yeah.
Stereogum or whatever. Oh no, that's the name of the website. Never mind. Sorry about that. But also at the same time that this petition is going on, there's another petition to make Kanye the only performer at the same thing.
That's awesome.
I don't want to say that word.
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury.
That's
Glastonbury,
awesome.
yeah.
I'm gonna look at the one to make. I'm gonna like.
I don't see what's
Well, do they have a thing like change.org where if it hits 100,000,
Oh.
their government has to recognize it?
Oh really?
Because that was a huge issue with Justin Bieber. Was there was a petition to kick him out of the country, like revoke his green card, and it hit over 100,000 signatures. So either Barack Obama or the U.S. Supreme Court has to officially recognize the petition and make a statement on it. There isn't a time limit for when they have to do it, so I don't think they've made it yet. But people tried to make a petition for the exact opposite, to like let him keep his green card, but that only hit like halfway point or something like
Wow.
that.
People do not like Justin Bieber.
The
He has a roast coming up at the end of the month.
it already
That's true.
happened technically, but it hasn't aired
Yeah.
yet. We saw one of the jokes from it. I think.
Was
the
it
other
good?
day. It was
Yeah.
all right. It's whatever.
I've never
Kevin
been big
Hart
into the roast.
was one of the roasters.
Yeah, Kevin Hart was the guy that we
Snoop
saw.
Dogg was a roaster. I don't.
He's probably worked with
Yeah.
Justin. He's on To Pimp a Butterfly also.
Wait, Snoop Dogg. Wait, which one was? Who was the person?
Usher
who,
was the one who
Was it Usher?
found him.
Okay.
Do you not know who Snoop Dogg is?
No, I know who
Okay.
Snoop Dogg is. I
I thought
couldn't
you were
remember.
getting him confused with Usher, and I was like, whoa there.
No, I remember that some person like discovered Justin Bieber.
His
and it was
son's
like,
a very highly thought of
Justin Bieber.
football player, not Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Snoop
yeah.
Dogg. He's going to UCLA as a
Oh,
wide
That's
receiver.
awesome.
What is his name?
What is Snoop Dogg's real
don't
last
know.
name?
Dog.
Briggs?
That sounds right, actually. Yeah.
That's a good last name.
One,
Lion.
I'm gonna
Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion.
He's not even Snoop
Dr.
Lion
Dre.
anymore.
He's Snoopzilla, but he's back
That
to Snoop Dogg.
song was the #1 song of 1993.
What
Ain't
was?
nothing but a G thing.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a G thing.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. And
What
the
was
second part is the
Gin
N-word,
and
so I'm
Juice
not gonna
was
say it.
pretty popular too.
That's the.
Got the mind on the money and the money on the mind.
Cordell Brodus is his son,
Cordell Brodus.
and
What
they-
if
and
Cordell?
I think he's Calvin Brodus. Yeah.
Oh, he's Calvin Brodus. Those are good names. Cordell Brodus. That just like has like punch to it. I like it.
Thank God for Google. This
Thank
show
God for-
brought to you by
Google and Wikipedia.
Google.
Wikipedia.
Do
I,
something else.
I looked up the lady who
Search
got
something on
Google it.
Google.
the lady who got eaten by coyotes. I looked that up on Wikipedia. So everything's on Wikipedia except for this. But the
This show brought to
Petition-
you by Coyotes.
to petition make
I don't have the catchy phrase. for
Kanye the
We're
Coyotes.
kind
only
of like wolves.
Coyotes.
the petition
Can't
to
find
make
him in Manhattan. That's all I got. That's really all I got.
I'm trying to incorporate Roadrunner and Coyote, but I'm drawing a blank.
Meet.
we saw a coyote or not a coyote, a roadrunner.
We did. It was dead.
Yeah, it was
But-
dead. It was like it was sitting next to the cartoon, like
Yeah.
a rendition
At
of
the
it. It was just
CMU
laying on its back.
museum.
It's not
they-
CMU.
Wasn't it? Oh, I thought it was.
No, it's Carnegie.
Oh, well, same thing.
Not really.
Same guy.
No, yeah,
Not
but
really.
they're like
Carnegie
same
Mellon
guy.
it's not
University
related
is
to
a
the
college.
university.
Yeah, but
Carnegie
I
Museum of
figured
Natural
they-
History.
I figured they own the museum.
No.
I mean,
I
not
don't
really.
think they do.
Well, they had a really depressing display, which I guess they thought was fun and creative, of having the actual stuffed birds next to the cartoon version of famous birds. So they had like a dead Tweety bird,
That's
a
awesome.
dead Toucan Sam, all this stuff in just like a display. It
But
was
throughout
kinda
all the
sad.
other displays, the birds were like perched on things. They were like
Yeah.
in like
And these
in
ones are just, like,
motion.
laying on their backs.
Yeah,
like,
they were just like laid on their
face
backs. There was
up.
just like toe tags on them, and they were just like dead as well.
Dead as doornails.
Dead is dead.
I think you were going to say something else there.
Weren't you
Yeah, I
gonna-
almost did.
Weren't you gonna say something about Kendrick Lamar before?
I think you already
Kanye,
said that. Just,
the petition that make him the only or headline the thing.
Kanye.
It's not even that. This is the actual title of the petition. Cancel all other performers and rename the festival Yeezus Tour. 1,500 people signed it.
That's so funny.
1,502. They need 998 more.
See,
to reach
I don't really care about
2,500.
this, but I want to see Kanye's response to the whole situation.
It'll be beautiful. It'll be like a
Yeah.
20-page.
It'll be something about Beyonce.
And the greatest
Beyonce
album.
had the greatest petition
Yeah.
of all time.
I'm going to let you finish, but
It's probably going to say the people who don't want him there don't appreciate true music.
Oh.
And he's probably going
Probably.
to say something along the lines of the people who only want him there don't appreciate true music because Beyonce should be there.
Someone's going to make a petition about Beck instead, and it's going to win.
I don't see what the big deal is. He'd be a good headline for Glastonbury in all seriousness.
Sure.
But,
But
he's
it-
I'm
but
sure
not
he's
so
great
much that-
live, just not
Rename the
person.
festival Yeezus Tour.
that's a joke,
little.
you know. Like I don't. Think
Is it
people-
though? The
Yes.
guy had like a thank you note at the end. He's like, "Thank you. I never thought that this was going to get like 1,000 signatures. Keep
I
supporting,
think-
guys.
no,
Keep
I'm
supporting."
pretty sure it's a joke.
Yeah.
Is it though?
He just wants to see
Yeah.
how far he can take it. That's why he's saying keep it going.
He's going to stoke
Yeah.
the flames.
No. Yeah. And Kanye's releasing
Stoke
a new
the
album
horse.
soon,
Soaked horse.
and I don't think it'll come anywhere close to.
What's with the rapper? There's some rapper naming his album Carter 6.
Oh, I saw that. Who
when
is
Carter
that?
5 isn't out yet. I've never heard of him.
Oh, what's his name?
But
I know you're
there's a
talking
Carter
about. That's
6 coming
hilarious.
out when there's no Carter 5 and it's not even Carter.
Yeah.
So
I like hip hop. I do not like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, nah.
Little Wayne.
Nah.
Little Wayne's the.
why is he called like Wheezy when he actually was addicted to cough syrup? I don't.
Because his voice.
Yeah, but he's addicted to cough syrup, so I'm assuming he never
how do
actually
you get addicted to
wheezes.
cough syrup?
His,
That's a thing. A lot of people just chug
Robitussin?
cough syrup.
This stuff's gross
I think
though.
it's
I
because
can't
of
even
his, like,
imagine.
flow and just the way he
No,
raps is
I don't
very
know.
wheezy.
It just never made sense to me.
No, I think that makes sense. That's
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like
Is the issue that like
he's addicted to cough syrup.
and you think it's
and he
offensive?
calls-
What is
no,
the,
it's not offensive. It's just like
Didn't he almost
it's
die?
ironic.
I guess, yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
He
people have
almost
almost
shot
died.
himself when he was like 12.
Yeah.
No, wasn't he in the hospital though for?
No, he
Probably.
was in jail
Also,
What was he in jail
probably,
for?
for having a gun when he was on probation.
Oh, what do you have a gun for?
Because
He was at a concert and he just brought a gun.
Being a thug, thug
Yeah.
for life.
Thug life, man. Life with a Y. in
Wesley
it.
Snipes was in jail for a very long time
for tax
for
evasion.
tax evasion. He was in Philadelphia.
Wesley Snipes is referenced in To Pimp a Butterfly. See, it all comes back. The
And,
first track is called Wesley's Theory. Never mind.
Suge Knight's in jail, or is he going to jail?
He's going.
Is
Suge
he in
Knight
jail
killed
yet?
a guy.
Yeah, he killed
Suge
a guy.
Knight ran a guy over.
Well, okay, when you say
Well,
ran a guy
Afro-Man
over,
punched a girl
though,
in the face and he's in jail.
yeah, you say ran a guy over, but he backed over someone.
That's
He
still
wasn't
running
looking
him
where he.
over.
Yeah, but when you say run over like
Do
that,
you-
you make it seem like it was like, okay, he did flee from the scene after he backed over his friend, but he still
See,
just backed over his
fleeing from
friend.
the scene after backing up is worse than fleeing from the scene when you hit him from behind.
Yeah,
Walker, Suge Knight is head of Death Row
Like-
Records. The stuff he's probably done is 100 times worse.
They probably
than
just wanted
that.
to get him on that.
Suge Knight's done a lot of bad stuff.
It's the same thing with
but
getting
he's never been
Al
caught.
Capone on tax evasion. They just wanted to
Get him on
get a
something.
small thing to just keep him in prison.
they got. Speaking of like getting someone for something else when you want them to get for, wow, some dude from like an HBO like documentary about like a guy like killing people or something like that. I think is what I don't know anything about it. I just saw it and thought it was interesting, and now I don't really know anything about it, and I shouldn't have brought it up.
Cool
But he
story.
got arrested for I don't know, it's like a ticket or something like that, and they're like, yeah, we're arresting you for murder now because they thought he did it. Now they're just like, let's just do it.
Yeah, sure. Suge Knight's gonna go to jail.
Do you want to do song?
He only backed over the
song
guy.
of the week. Now we're hitting almost an hour into this thing.
Well, not really. You can like always like take off 10 minutes of that.
Take off 10
Cool.
minutes.
So that's a
You're
pretty good
learning
extent. Then.
or seeing a slight glimpse behind podcast production.
And radio.
We talk on these microphones about absolutely nothing for a solid 10 to 20 minutes before we start.
We talked about donuts for a little bit.
We did.
That was during though. That's in the lexicon of.
Oh yeah, that was during the thing.
What?
Wow.
How did we get on the donuts?
Krispy Kreme lawsuit.
Why did we get on that?
You brought it up.
You did.
I remember the Krispy Kreme. It was something about stupid. It was something about
Twinkies.
infringement.
We
It
got
was
the Twinkies and
we got the Twinkies
because we were
after
going to a
donuts.
gas station because you've never had a Twinkie. I don't know how we got onto the topic.
Someone
of
sued
Twinkies,
someone
though.
for something, for a name, and we got onto the topic of like
If only we were
copywriting.
recording this conversation so we
Yeah.
could figure out exactly where. Wait a second.
Oh.
No one left the trailer.
Way to break the fourth wall.
Wow.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
We should come in here,
Took my
listen to
sledgehammer.
it, record something over, put it at the end, be like, oh, so that's
So you want to get down to those
totally.
recommendations of the week?
Yeah, let's recommendation of the week. Who's going first?
I still need to think of my.
Steve's going first because he knows exactly what
Pimp a
he's,
Butterfly, the whole album.
the whole album. Wow. You guys got mad at me the last time I suggested the whole album.
Yeah, well, I'm still recommending the whole album.
All right, so that's a thing now.
Just because.
Mike,
This is a special case.
or do you want me to go?
I got one. It's an old one. Cult of Personality by Living Color.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I saw Queens of the Stone Age over the summer. This is going to relate. I saw Queens of the Stone Age over the summer. The opening act was this middle school band called Unlocking the Truth. They're a metal band.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
very
you've-
good. Their producer was in Living Color, and he was there.
Cool.
Yeah, so...
I just refound Cult of Personality like a couple years ago. Or found it, I should say.
Where'd you lose it?
I said I found it. I didn't
Oh,
realize that. I
but you
just
said refound
discovered it. I should
Oh,
say.
okay.
It
Or
has
was
a cool bass line.
It
It's a
does.
cool song.
Yeah, it's a cool song. It mentions Kennedy and Stalin and Gandhi. And
Cult of Personality, man.
Mussolini.
So it is. We didn't start the fire.
Another good
Recommends
song.
Gandhi and Stalin.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Oh,
It's
was that
just a
Billy
song
Joel?
about-
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
Okay. Hey, it all comes around. Oh, you weren't here for the Billy Joel thing.
I
though.
was not here for the Billy Joel.
Oh.
It's Lost in Sands of Time, Nick.
Okay.
Do you have a recommendation?
My recommendations are going to be Window by AWOL Nation. It's kind of more like electronic. It's a little like. It's kind of like a heavier electronic kind of sound for AWOL Nation, but it's still pretty good. I really like it. It's an intense song.
I heard it when you played it. You played it on
I
your
played
show
it on my
last week.
show last week. It was,
I'm not like an Able Nation.
And then the other
fan,
new
but-
one was I forgot the name of the song, but Muse has a new
Psycho.
single, Psycho. The lyrics music video is out, so I kind of watched the lyrics music video. It was a catchy song. I liked it.
It was alright, I guess. I don't really like Muse though.
Muse is going to go on tour. I really want to see him
Are
live.
they?
Probably. There was a new album.
Yeah, that's true.
If they, yeah, and it's Muse, so.
That's
Yeah.
madness.
This is Sparta.
Mad.
What's the other one
One
that
time
like
I actually
ridiculous
scared my
one?
high school band teacher because I sang the chorus of Supremacy,
Oh, that's it.
and she just walked in and was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "I was singing."
You did the big crescendo?
I did. It wasn't a crescendo. It was a falsetto.
I mean the big like build up.
Yeah.
That's a song that when I heard, because that was like the first like Muse
song's
song I
awesome.
heard that I
It
knew
needs
was
to be in a
Muse.
James Bond film. I'm just gonna say
Uh-uh.
that.
Yeah.
It needs to be
The
in.
intro was like da 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 da. He's just driving away from a giant explosion. Like
I always thought it sounded like an '80s like action montage song.
so James Bond.
No,
James Bond aren't 80s movies.
Some of them are.
yeah, some
Well,
of
yeah,
them are, but there's
not
like
the known ones.
there's some in the 2000s, there's some in the
60s.
90s, there's some in the 60s.
What's your recommendation, Walker?
My recommendation is "Give Me All Your Love." I think is the title of the song. It's Alabama Shakes.
Oh,
It's their
yeah,
second
that
new
was,
single.
Was that the one that you played or the one that I played?
I think you played that one. I haven't played it yet.
Okay, it's a good one. I like.
Yeah,
it.
I really like it. I'm really liking the way the new album's gonna be. It's different than the other one. It's more, what's the word I'm looking for, Nick?
Soulful,
Stop doing that.
southern.
There we go.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So what he said, soulful, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm looking
This
forward to
podcast
this new
is
album.
sponsored by McDonald's. McDonald's.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
We don't have sponsors in case we do actually get like some lawsuits.
If you want to sponsor us, we'd
Hey.
be totally okay with getting free shit for saying your company.
Yeah.
We don't
We're
have a problem.
sellouts. I don't care.
Yeah,
Can
we
we
don't
get-
have a problem being corporate puppets.
Can we get
Come on.
sponsored by Nature Box so we get like free like trail mix snacks
To eat
all the
during
time.
our podcast.
I mean, we could be sponsored by cooler shit though.
What are you talking about?
wow, there
Nature-
goes that
wow.
sponsorship, Steve.
I
saying
mean,
that there's cooler
Sponsored
shit.
by Apple. Hey, Apple, give us those watches.
Yeah, they're not
I
going to
don't
do
know
that.
if I'd want to
Yeah,
watch.
I don't think
Do you
they-
know how much those watches are?
$600.
Yeah, $10,000.
That's like one of the fewer ones. Like
They're
there's
like
like
deluxe
$10,000
editions.
ones, which is absolutely
We're never
batshit
going to be
insane.
sponsored by Google Glass because those were discontinued.
Ouch. Hey,
All
there's
that
still
hype,
Google
and they lasted
Cardboard.
like a month.
Wait, glasses? That
Did you see Microsoft's new computer?
What do
It
you
is
mean,
a
like
2
the?
gigabyte computer, or 2 gigabyte RAM, 32 gigabyte storage. It has an HDMI input, a USB input, and a micro SD input. It is the size of a flash drive.
What do you mean?
That is
how do you work it?
crazy. Yeah, you have the USB to plug in a mouse and keyboard. You have the HDMI to plug it into a monitor, and it is a fully functioning computer that has 2 gigs RAM, 32 gigs hard drive, that runs Windows 8.
Ooh.
And it is the size of a flash drive.
That
how much
is
does that cost?
I don't. It's
awesome.
not on the market yet.
This
Is it like
podcast
a
is sponsored
concept
by
thing, or
that
is it
thing.
something
No,
they're
they
actually
haven't
going
done.
to
I think
make?
it's being sold at the beginning of May. Is
Oh
when it
my
hits
God.
stores.
This podcast brought to you by
Oh,
Microsoft.
But that's
I want one.
ridiculous. Like you just plug it into any monitor and you have
Microsoft's been doing
Windows
like
8.
cool stuff though.
Well, they got
Did
rid
you
of
see
IE
the?
now. They're gonna, well,
They're getting into
they
Oh,
developed
yeah.
another one.
Thank
They canceled
God.
Internet Explorer. I'm gonna clap for that because Internet Explorer was pretty crappy.
This show
but they
is
had
not
like the
brought to you by Internet Explorer.
yeah, they had like those VR glasses, but they weren't like VR glasses. It was like you like calibrate, like put sensors in your room so
Yeah.
that it projects like on the walls through your thing.
And you can like do facial gestures to open different programs
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
That was like, but see, here's the weird thing about it. Every time you see stuff like that, there's always like reports of like people who actually used it and they're like, yeah, it doesn't really work that well. But like the reports of people who actually got to use it, it's weird because they're positive. They're like, yeah, that was cool. Like it actually worked.
See, and that's the original thing was a lot of people were really surprised because originally Microsoft was just software. And then they were at one point they're like, yeah, we're going to move into hardware. We're going to start making computers. We're going to start making Xbox and stuff like that. And everyone's
Yeah.
like, that's stupid. And then after so many years, everyone was like, Microsoft, why are you even bothering with software anymore? Just switch to hardware because they've had flops like Internet Explorer, all of them. And then
Yeah,
stuff
but they
like
also
that.
have all of Windows, even the bad Windows.
Yeah.
It's just, like it's still Windows.
Yeah.
Just stop doing software.
Also,
that huge
fun
Windows
fact,
thing you have, just stop doing
Windows 95, there is an application you can get to run the entirety of Windows 95 on an iPhone.
that. And then on Windows 95, get an MS-DOS run.
I don't know if
so you
it's
can run
I don't- it's not
MS-DOS
on, the
on
App
Windows
Store.
95.
It's like
on
I
your
think you have to
iOS.
jailbreak to get it. But the fact that you can just
Too
run
much
Windows
work.
95 on a smartphone is ridiculous.
Doesn't make it any good.
No.
But it's just that you can do that.
Yeah.
It's still just as
It's a
bad
display
as
of power.
Windows 95 was to begin with. Oh, I hope that didn't turn anything. Nah, we're fine.
That
We're
sucked
good.
if it did.
Hey,
So everyone had their recommendations,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Because you ended with Alabama Shakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend you stop using Internet Explorer.
Wow.
I can't even recommend that. You're going to have to not
I'm a
stop.
Firefox guy myself.
Chrome.
Chrome. We're in the Google hive mind.
Yeah.
When
Google
Google
is
takes
love.
over, we'll
Google is
welcome.
life.
This podcast. brought
We
to
feed
you
it
by-
gravel. So are we gonna?
And green is not
Are
a
we gonna
creative
feed-
color.
Yeah,
No,
green's
it's
not a
not.
creative color.
I think that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Is
This
it
has
the end of
been a very eccentric,
It's been
eclectic
A lot of
podcast.
twists and turns, but we got back on
We
track.
learned a lot.
it's been hanging out.
We learned a lot about ourselves and each other. We
Krispy Kreme, donuts,
that homeless guy
Twinkies.
came in.
You gotta
for
get a
that
Twinkie.
45 minutes. It was weird.
Oh,
We edited
I
it out
lost me
though.
there.
Yeah.
What did we edit out?
Okay.
Nothing.
No. Well, I'm the one who edits it, so
Yeah.
if you don't tell me what it
I
is,
gotta
it's
go
not
try a
standing.
Twinkie. I've never
Alright.
had one before.
All right, goodbye, everyone. We're gonna go give Mike a
See ya.
Twinkie. Bye bye.
Is it like a haunted house type scenario, Walker, that these gay youths go through?